Welcome to The Dogs Were Good Again. This is part 2 of our highest rated dogs ever. If you missed part 1, go watch it. It's a little bit about the history of our rating scale and how it's not immune to inflation.
Oh, that looks like a good dog. That's a good dog. Yeah, that looks like a good dog. A very good dog. Hey, that looks like a very good dog.
Before we get to our many other 15 out of 10s that have happened since Smiley, I've got to introduce our adoptable special guest, because of course we have one again. Please give a very warm welcome to Missy. Come here, Missy. Come here. Hi, good girl. Hi. You're also very big. Our last guest was very big. This is Missy. Missy is also 4 years old. Hello. Hi. Hello. She's 62 pounds. Okay, she's a Dogue de Bordeaux and Pit mix. That first breed, well known for being large. She was rescued from the South LA shelter back in January of 2024, along with her 9 puppies. Those puppies have all been adopted, and Missy is still looking for her forever home. She's been with a foster for the last 8 or 9 months, so long time coming. Her adoption fee covered, sponsored by one of our listeners. We are on a streak of 9 episodes with the guest's adoption fee sponsored. Hey, good girl. Missy, come here. She's gonna do her own thing. A quote from her foster family. They describe her as a fun-spirited girl who fills their... Oh, hello. We've never had a dog just looming behind me. A fun-spirited girl who fills their days with joy and laughter with all of her goofy antics. She's well-mannered, happy to lounge on her own bed, and politely respects couch rules, although she won't say no to an invitation onto your couch. She's a great listener and an eager learner. She knows commands like sit and lay down, making her easy to train and eager to please. She's the perfect adventure buddy. She's happiest when exploring outdoors. Is that true? Is that true? Do you like the outdoors? Hey, how's it going? Especially on beach days. Oh, she's a beach dog. And she's always ready for a long walk or a calm stroll. When it's time to relax, Missy is right there, a loyal friend who's ready to share all the cuddles you could ever want. Looking forward to that. Give her a few head scratches and she'll be your best friend for life. Oh, that was a tip. That tip I needed at the top. So I'll try that when I see her. Little head scratches, she'll be mine. Missy would thrive in a home with a yard or even an apartment with plenty of exercise and stimulation. If you're looking for a blend of adventure and affection in your four-legged friend, Missy is the perfect match. She is good with dogs and kids. And once again, her adoption fee, sponsored by one of our listeners. She's available from the Hit Living Foundation. Thank you so much to them for providing Missy for us. We hope we can get her adopted. I also hope that she rejoins me at some point. So in part 1, I told you all about Smiley, our very first 15 out of 10 dog, which is the highest rating we have ever given and will ever give to a dog. In part 2, I'm going to tell you about all the 15 out of 10s that came after Smiley, or at least some of the most notable ones. After Smiley, the bar had been set, but the dogs were not done being very good. Missy is very intrigued by the second ever 15 out of 10 that I'm about to tell you about. Hey, Missy, that's a screen. That is not a real dog. And Curry already got all the corn nuts that were over there. So... all right. Our second 15 out of 10 occurred just 2 months after Smiley. This is Piper. He was the wildlife control canine at Cherry Capital Airport in Michigan. Okay. He was primarily in charge of making sure that birds were not on this runway. He had a very important job, but really that job was split into 4 different roles, okay? Targeted response, which, and I pulled this from their website. After receiving a report of wildlife, we proceed to the target area, confirm the identity and number of bogeys, birds, and are cleared hot from the control tower. Ops 1, Fox 3, fur missile away is what they would say. It's like Top Gun every time, and Piper would clear those birds from the airport, from any runway, making sure that everyone was clear for takeoff. Next up was patrol and detection. This is also something that Piper did. During routine patrols, Piper is tasked with detecting rodents and small mammals. This helps prevent larger predators, including fox and birds of prey, from hunting or circling in the approach or departure path of the aircraft. So you can see how that would be very important. They would then do perimeter checks, where Canine Piper would alert to wildlife holes under the perimeter fence. Even more impressive, he can differentiate between new holes that were created under that fence and old ones that he already flagged. So this dog, incredibly smart, incredibly well-trained. And last but certainly not least, Piper was around for morale boosts. He also serves as the airport's chief morale officer. As such, he's responsible for keeping employees, tenants, and visitors smiling, and he's pretty great with that. I believe it. He passed in 2018 after a year-long battle with cancer, and that is when we featured him as our second ever 15 out of 10. His human was Brian Edwards, who called himself the lesser half of the airport canine team. Our third 15 out of 10 came only 1 month later in February of 2018. This one's tough. I'm gonna try to get through it. This is Jacob. He was a comfort dog for Lutheran Church Charities. Now, this group specializes in disaster and crisis response. They fly dogs to wherever people need them, essentially. They wear, all of these dogs, primarily golden retrievers, they wear vests that say, "Please pet me," and will stay with those that they're comforting for as long as they're needed. Okay? This is a screenshot of all the dogs that they sent to Marjorie Stoneman Douglas High School in February of 2018. Unfortunately, the list of places that they go to ends up being really just a data set of mass shootings in the U.S. Hey, Missy, you want to hang out? Do you want to hang? No? You don't want to hang out? There we go. That was, I've never seen that before, Missy. I've seen a lot of things. I've never seen that transition from a sploot into your current position, which is really like a paint me like one of your French girls scenarios. So I think she's just barely off screen, but you might be able to see her feet. But that's close enough, Missy. I appreciate that. So as I was mentioning, the places where they send these dogs very sadly ends up being just really a data set of mass shootings in the U.S. On Valentine's Day in 2018, 17 people were killed in Parkland, Florida at Marjorie Stoneman Douglas High School. It still is the deadliest mass shooting at a high school. I have to emphasize high school because it is not the deadliest at a college or an elementary school. Jacob is the antithesis of all of that. Here he is, comforting students the day after that shooting. What makes Jacob so special is that he always shows up to when he's called on. He was 4 months earlier, he was in Vegas in the aftermath of the Route 91 Harvest Music Festival shooting, comforting people there. And in June of 2016, the previous summer, he comforted those affected by the Pulse nightclub shooting in Orlando. So Jacob is kind of everywhere that people need him, and he is the first. He was the first golden that this group called on to send to these places in crisis. So Jacob was our third 15 out of 10, and he set the bar very, very high. So like I was mentioning, they wear "Please Pet Me" vests, and they will stay with you as long as you need them. And this is unfortunately an organization that We Rate Dogs has featured many times because they always show up in these places of crisis and act as hope for a lot of these communities. And you can just see the effect that they have on people immediately. So Jacob was our third 15 out of 10 ever. And he's probably the dog that has stayed with me the most out of the thousands that we have posted and the dozens that have been 15 out of 10s. Jacob's story and how he was there for the people of Parkland and those students really just has stayed with me ever since. So again, Jacob, our third 15 out of 10. From late 2018 to the end of 2021, there were roughly 20 more 15 out of 10s. 20 more. Those included Todd, a dog who came between a rattlesnake and his human. He suffered several bites to the face and swelled up, as you can see here. We gave him a 15 out of 10 for his obvious bravery in that moment. And this photo is such a, an embodiment of what he did that this post became our most liked, most viewed, most engaged with post of all time in 2018 when we featured it. So yeah, shout out Todd. I think the fact it's kind of the similar how when dogs get bit by bees and you know that they're okay, it's really funny when their face swells. Same thing with Todd here. It was the first time our audience had heard of, a dog getting bitten by anything and, stepping between the snake and their human. So Todd was one of those notable 15 out of 10s. Our profile picture was a dog named Pippen. Still is our profile picture. I'll just go to that real quick. This is our profile picture. This is a dog named Pippen. I found him by Googling funny dog in 2015 when I was searching for the perfect profile photo. And he popped up. And I was like, that is perfect. This dog is perfect. A few years after We Rate Dogs became a thing, the owner of Pippen reached out and said, that is my dog. And we were thrilled to hear from them. They sent us more photos of Pippen, including a puppy photo of Pippen. Incredible. They also revealed that this is, I believe when Pippen was 2, this photo was taken. They took him to a J.C. Penney photo shoot situation. And then this photo happened to get sold to iStock, or the rights went to, one of those aggregator sites for photos. And again, that's where we found it. And we purchased those rights to use it as our profile picture and whatnot. And yeah, he was just perfect. And we gave Pippen a 15 out of 10 when he passed. He lived to be the age of 14, and his family just loved him dearly, and we're very grateful to that family that they allowed him to live on as our profile picture. And I don't think we're changing it anytime soon. Another notable 15 out of 10 was the honorary 15 out of 10 we gave to the Mars robot Opportunity when her mission was completed. The robot turned a 90-day mission, that was the plan, into 15 years of groundbreaking research and adventure on Mars. In June of 2018, a planet-wide dust storm developed, and with a few days, the rover's solar panels were not generating enough power to maintain communication. Her last contact was on June 10th of 2018, when she very famously said, "My battery is low and it's getting dark." God, that's going to make me tear up too. Oh my God. So we had to give Oppie Opportunity, the Mars robot that went 15 years beyond what she was expected to, a 15 out of 10 as well. Another notable 15 out of 10 was Jake. Jake was rescued from a burning shed at 3 weeks old. Okay? The firefighter that saved his life adopted him just days later. Jake was then sworn in after he was fully healed. Jake was then sworn in as an honorary firefighter and visited schools to help teach fire safety. So just a full circle story that we couldn't help but give a 15 out of 10 to. Of course, how could we not? Another notable 15 out of 10, Duke, the mayor of Cormorant, Minnesota. Okay? This dog, this very fluffy Great Pyrenees, was first elected as mayor as a write-in candidate in 2014. In 2016, literally everyone in the village voted for him. Okay? He served, I believe, 3 terms. The village also had a song for him. I will not sing it, but it goes, "You might think that it's quite strange this dog became the mayor, but Cormorant Village thought it through. It was fair and square." That's what they would sing to him. So, Duke, welcome to Cormorant Village where friends gather, and he's just chilling with his little mayor hat underneath it. Incredible. Incredible. The next notable 15 out of 10, Frida, I believe, the greatest search and rescue dog the world has ever known. She was a yellow lab who worked for the Mexican Navy. She became Mexico's symbol of hope after back-to-back devastating earthquakes in Mexico City in September of 2017. Some reports claim she is responsible for saving at least 52 lives. Now, her work obviously goes well beyond that because simply identifying people in the aftermath of rescues goes a tremendous way for both the documentation and the families of those that are missing. She retired in June of 2019, where her protective gear was removed and replaced with a toy to signify her retirement. That was in June of 2019. Frida passed in November of 2022. Some other notable 15 out of 10s over the years include Doug the Pug. You know him. You love him. Kabosu, who inspired the Doge meme, rolling in her grave for sure. The bones or no bones dog, Noodle. Hachiko. World War... Oh, that's Snoopy.
That movie really messed me up.
Yeah, the movie's devastating. Story's also devastating. If you don't know Hachiko, I think we did a short video on Hachiko, but comment if you want us to go further in depth on any of these dogs, because there's quite a story to all of them, hence why they got 15 out of 10. World War II's littlest soldier, Smokey. Snoopy, of course. How could I not give Snoopy a 15 out of 10? And then my own dog, Doug, because I'm allowed to do that because it's my thing. So yeah, those are some notable 15 out of 10s. I told you about some of the more involved ones. Yeah, and things have changed slightly since the time where we were giving very rare 15 out of 10s. And that is because at the end of 2021, we started the 15 out of 10 foundation. And technically, all of the dogs that we sponsor through that foundation, we're calling them 15 out of 10s. So now there's a ton of them. The foundation, we sponsor shelter dogs with medical needs in the hopes of them becoming more adoptable, removing that additional financial barrier between them and their forever homes. So we've sponsored over 1,000 dogs now. Their average medical costs just under $5,000. So technically there's 1,000 more 15 out of 10s floating around out there, most of whom have found their forever homes thanks to our sponsorship, which I think is lovely. The other thing that kind of changed our rating is that I started doing the top 5 dogs of the week. We've done it for 132 weeks in a row, I believe. So most of those number 1 dogs is the equivalent of a 15 out of 10 dog. Sometimes those dogs get individually featured on our page, but most of the time they get acknowledged primarily as the number 1 dog of the week. So that has thrown a little bit of a wrench in the specifics of our rating system and the documentation of our rating system as well. So, to combat inflation, and because I'm not sure our class of 15 out of 10s could ever be dethroned, 15 out of 10 will always be our highest rating. A reminder that, I found a good spot. Oh, no, don't go anywhere. Yeah, lay down. Perfect. A reminder that today's adoptable dog is Missy. Her adoption fee completely covered, available from the Hit Living Foundation. She's incredible. Such a sweetie. Showed us a move I had never seen today. I've never seen a sploot into a paint me like one of your French girls move. So yeah, check her out. Inquire if you would like to open your home up to Missy. If you enjoyed this content, I know it was a little bit different. Again, this part 2 to our series of the highest rated dogs ever. I know it's a little bit different, but leave a like if you enjoyed it. Comment if there are any 15 out of 10s out there that we have not acknowledged yet. And subscribe if you're watching on YouTube. And please add us to your Spotify or Apple playlists if you're listening. Thank you so much, and we'll see you next week.
Oh, that looks like a good dog.